Alright, let's make some rich, hearty beef stew soup. First, we're chopping up carrots, onions, mushrooms, garlic, potatoes, and green beans. Next up, it's time for steak. I'm using sirloin because it's just the right amount of marbling for a stew. Time to fire up the Ninja Slow cooker on saute mode. Add some poppy and olive oil and let's brown that steak. About 5 minutes of stirring should do it. Now, hit it with the go-to Killer Hogs AP seasoning. It's mostly salt and pepper, but trust me, it's the MVP here. Stir it up and let the steak juices build those layers of flavor. Once it's done, set the steak aside. We'll bring it back later like a surprise guest star. Next, toss in onions and garlic. Fresh garlic, because we're fancy. Cook until the onions get all soft and translucent, about 5 minutes. Then, add carrots and green beans. Give them 5 more minutes to soften up and soak in all the steak drippings. At this point, your kitchen is going to smell so good that the neighbors might accidentally stop by. Now sprinkle in 4 tablespoons of flour to thicken things up. I'm using homemade beef broth for my Christmas rib roast because we're using leftovers like a pro. It was frozen, so yes, I had to babysit a giant beef broth ice cube. Stirring and covering until it melted all down. Once it melted, it's flavor time. Toss in rosemary, black peppercorns, bay leaves, and thyme leaves. And here's the fun part, beer. I used a whole bottle of local stout from Deschutes Brewing. It added a rich, dark flavor that makes this stew next level delicious. Cover and let it simmer for 10 minutes. And if you don't have beer, you can also use wine. Now stir in 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. It thickens things up and adds a little tang. Time to bring back the star of the show, our browned sirloin. We're almost there. Add in the potatoes, but not too early, or you'll end up with mashed potato soup, which we don't want. Nobody wants that. While those cook, pan-sear the mushrooms until they're golden brown. Brown mushrooms equals happy mushrooms. Toss them in and cover for another 20 minutes. Now check your potatoes, stab them with a fork. If it slides through like butter, congrats, you're all done. Serve this beauty with some sourdough bread because dipping is mandatory. Layers of flavor, tender steak, and veggies so good you'll forget they're healthy. This is the ultimate winter comfort food. Follow for more cozy recipes like this.